Welcome to a brand new box office breakdown show here at Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Dinnenberg. Today, I'm bringing out the box office of this past weekend, which was October the 10th to the 12th, 2025. We're also going to break down the overall numbers, both domestic and worldwide, for the year 2025 and preview all the movies that are hitting theaters this upcoming weekend. So, my name is Max Dinnenberg. Welcome back to Max Talks Box Office here on Max Talks Movies. If you're new to the channel, guys, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, out of theater reactions. I break down the box office every Monday, movie franchise rankings. So please subscribe, ring the bell, and also stay tuned for the end of the video. We will hear my upcoming videos coming to the channel. Also, please comment down below what you see in theaters this past weekend. What are you gonna see this upcoming weekend? Let me know some of your recent box office experience, or not box office, but movie theater experiences. Love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below. And also, guys, please hit the thumbs up button. So, let's talk about this weekend's box office domestically, which is US and Canada, from the 10th to the 12th of October 2025. And Tron Ares is the #1 movie of the weekend, but it really underperformed its expectations. The film opened at $33.5 million. This movie has a whopping $180 million production budget. Again, that's before advertising. So this movie really needs to make around 450, 500 million, probably like $500 million, that range, just to break even at the multiplex. And Tron Ares was supposed to open around $45 million. $45 million domestically. That did not happen. So for the overall franchise of Tron, which again is three movies, you had the first Tron film in 1982 that only cost $17 million. It made $26 million worldwide. That started the whole franchise. Then in 2010, Tron Legacy, which had also a budget of $200 million, it opened to 44 million, but got to $400 million, which again is a money loser. And this movie cost basically the same as Tron Legacy, opened $12 million lower than the movie without adjusting for inflation 15 years later. And I think there's a lot of reasons. Tron, again, is not this big, as I said, franchise. Tron Legacy made $400 million. But that, again, on a $200 million budget, is a monster money loser for Disney back in 2010 and really put in doubt the franchise. Again, Tron back in 1982 was not a major hit or success for Disney in the early 80s. It became very much a cult classic that a lot of people grew up, even me, who grew up in the early 2000s when I saw Tron, grew up with the first Tron movie, saw Tron Legacy in theaters with friends. I remember doing that when I was 8 years old. Still weird that this is still not a major franchise. It's a big ride at the Disney parks, but from a franchise, movie theatrically franchise, it just has not done well. Now, I think there's multiple issues here. Jared Leto has just, I don't know when Hollywood will learn its lesson. If you're going to give a movie this type of budget, he probably should not be the lead of the movie. Now, not just does he have a lot of off-screen issues that pertains to allegations and things of that nature, his movies themselves, when he's the lead, just don't do well. Even Morbius opened bigger than Tron Ares. Morbius, which was seemingly and still is an embarrassment to the box office in that way when it opened a couple years ago, opened to $39 million, which is a $6 million better opening than Tron Ares. Again, Jared Leto's in this movie. He's not a very good lead, but also look at Greta Lee, Evan Peters. These are the other lead characters. These are not someone who has ever moved the needle at the box office. And again, while Jeff Bridges is heavily promoted, he's only in one scene. I think that became very much noticed. And I just don't think there's much general interest in Tron Ares. It even opened less overseas, $27 million. This movie is going to be nearly impossible to even break even at the box office. Again, we went from 1982 to 2010 for a sequel. Then we've gone 15 years difference between Legacy and Ares. The question is, when will we get, or if ever, will we get another Tron movie? This movie, have we set up a Tron 4? Does Disney at this point want to continue on with this version of the Tron franchise, or will Disney choose to maybe reboot the franchise and give us some new energy? Very interesting conversations to be had, but this is a underwhelming, if I'm being nice, opening weekend for Tron Ares. Roofman also opened this past weekend for Paramount. It opened to $8 million. It's in second place. The movie only has a $19 million budget, but Channing Tatum has been on a streak of like 4 or 5 movies in a row where he's been the lead that the movie has opened below $10 million. And again, he took a long break, really after 22 Jump Street, Jupiter Ascending, that kind of era for him in 2014, 2015. He took a long break from being consistently working in Hollywood. And over the last, I would say, 3 to 4 years, he's been heavily back in the mainstream. And while he's been a major focus for like Deadpool, Wolverine, setting up Avengers Doomsday, his movies have not done great. Now, The Lost City was a great success, but that wasn't just because Channing Tatum's in the movie. Also, Sandra Bullock has been known as one of the top movie stars of the last 20 to 30 years. Really helped boost that movie. Also, Brad Pitt. A lot of people were in that movie other than just Channing Tatum. And I think this film has had a weird spot in awards season where seemingly, even though it's one of my favorite movies of the year, it seems like it's been mismarketed. And again, Channing Tatum is not as big of a star as he was over a decade ago. He's even brought up the fact in interviews this week that 23 Jump Street is will never be made unless he named a producer. He said on 23 Jump Street is the best script he's ever read, and all of the producers except one lowered their producer fee to make the movie. But the one producer, and he even named him in interviews this week, has not lowered his fee, and he is the single reason why 23 Jump Street has not been made yet. So we'll see. He's trying to get back into the franchise game. He'll be in Avengers Doomsday. Channing Tatum will be just fine. But these type of numbers are not great if he's trying to become back to being a movie star, which he kind of was over a decade ago. One battle after another is in third place. It dropped it's a third weekend. It only dropped 39%. Great hold for this movie. 6.6 million this weekend, 54 domestic. Again, is this movie going to make money enough to break even at the box office? No. But this movie does seemingly have great momentum heading into awards season. This drop is very good. And so many awards films so far this year have just been depressing box office numbers. And the one thing one battle after another will have over most of these awards films is at least being in the top 5 in the know-how at the box office. While films like, for example, this past weekend, Kiss of the Spider-Woman opened in theaters. It opened below $1 million, which is really shocking for me that opened in over 1,000 theaters with Oscar hopes. The Smashing Machine is out of the top 5. It dropped 70% in its second weekend. A lot of depressing box office stories for these awards hopefuls. One battle after another. Very well received movie by critics and audiences, and it has a little bit of some box office success recently. So I think this will help its chances throughout awards season. Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie, is in its third weekend. It dropped 37%, 3.3 million, 26 million domestic. Again, we've talked about this enough. This movie is doing very solid in theaters, but again, I think it's already, if I'm not saying, already on digital. So this movie will make its money back for Universal back on digital before it eventually will hit Peacock with no extra cost. And Soul on Fire is the movie that is not number 5. It opened to $3 million. This is a faith-based true story film that just came out from Sony. And again, these box office numbers are depressing. The fact that a movie made $3 million and is number 5 just shows you how weak of a box office weekend we had here in the United States and Canada. But again, we're seeing a lot of faith-based religious films do well since the pandemic. Not as well. There's a lot of swell momentum a couple years ago, but that's really starting to die down. But there's still an audience out there for movies like Soul on Fire. Well, let's move on to the overall numbers domestically. As you can see on my top left, the top 10 remains the same. Minecraft is at 1, Lilo and Stitch is at 2, Superman at 3, Jurassic World Rebirth at 4, Sinners at 5, Fantastic Four First Steps at 6, How to Train Your Dragon at 7, Captain America Brave New World at 8, Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning at 9, Thunderbolts is at 10, When we look at the overall worldwide numbers, also, you can see right above me here, Lilo and Stitch, only American film to make $1 billion this year, so Disney has at least that going for them. Minecraft at 3, Jurassic World Rebirth at 4, Demon Slayer at 5, How to Train Your Dragon at 6, F1 the movie at 7, Superman at 8, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning at 9, Fantastic Four: First Steps is at number 10. So let's move on, guys, to what is coming out in theaters this weekend. Pretty crowded weekend for the box office. The biggest movie coming out this weekend is The Black Phone 2, which was a big hit a couple years ago. The reviews have been out early, really early for this movie. So the studio is very much behind this movie and aggressively wanted this movie to do very well in theaters. Not mistaken, this is Universal. Could be wrong. But Black Phone 2 is hitting theaters this weekend. We'll see if horror continues its hot streak in 2025. A couple other movies hitting theaters is Good Fortune. This is the movie written and directed by Aziz Ansari. It's starring Ansari alongside Seth Rogen, Keke Palmer, Sandra Oh, and Keanu Reeves. So we'll see if another comedy movie trying out its luck in theaters. And the other film hitting theaters that was a limited release, now it's moving into wide release, is an awards hopeful film, After the Hunt. This is directed by Luca Guadagnino, starring Ayo Edebiri, Julia Roberts, and Andrew Garfield. So we'll see if that movie can make a little dent into its awards hopes with a solid box office weekend. So that's this week's box office. Tons of videos, guys, are hitting the channel. Tomorrow, we'll get my ranking of the Tron franchise. Hopefully Wednesday, I'll get my review of Monster, the Ed Gein story. Thursday, out of theater reaction and review for Black Phone 2. Friday, probably review for After the Hunt or Good Fortune. Then Monday, you'll get my review. Whatever movie I don't see on Friday, I'll see you on Monday. So I'll have a review and out of theater reaction for that. And because of that, probably Tuesday next week, I'll have another box office breakdown show.